I have a new theory about bodybuilding based on watching these endurance athletes, these extreme endurance athletes when it comes to push-ups, pull-ups, and David Goggins is a great example of all around because he does running as well. The thing about these extreme endurance athletes is that they're lean for sure and they're muscular. They don't tend to be very bulky, right? They don't tend to have a huge amount of muscle mass, right? They're definitely muscular, but they don't tend to have a huge amount of muscle mass. My fitness goal is to get a larger back, and pull-ups seem to be the truest way to do that, which is why if you find the video of that one Stay Flexy David, right? Stay Flexy David speaks about how he's skinny but strong, right? Here. And you can see he has the V-shaped body type, right? He says, why I look like a Dorito from the back is because when you get strong, you can't fucking cheat the back. You can cheat the arms. I've seen people with very small arms bench pressing well over 225 pounds, right? No big biceps or anything, no chest too, but like the arms are very easy to camouflage someone's true strength. There's people who have much bigger arms than me at a similar body weight to me who can't do anywhere near as many pull-ups as I can do because I train the pull-ups and it's in my back, right? It's not in the arms. The back and the chest, but mainly the back, is the number one symbol of strength, right? Whenever you get strong, you're going to have a bigger back. You can't really skip that. And for a exercise like pull-ups, which mainly focuses on compound muscles in the back, if you do a large amount of pull-ups, it doesn't really matter about the other variables as much. You're going to get strong for doing a large number of pull-ups. Your back's going to get larger doing a large number of pull-ups, period. The thing is, though, I noticed there's different body types among these extreme endurance athletes. For do hard things, he has a more impressive chest, but overall his body type seems to be lean. Impressive chest, impressive arms, he does lots of push-ups. But I would think that while his body type is fairly impressive, he could have more muscle mass if he ate more food. That's my theory here. And my theory is that all these people, if they ate more food, right, they would have more muscle mass. I think, and I have this own fear, right, own worry, but not too much, which is that if you eat too much, you get fat or whatever. You add on more fat. There's like this six-pack concern, right? And my wife caused some problems with this. It was annoying because I'm like, and compared to most other people, not just in America, but also in Uganda, in Africa, where my wife is from, I'm a very lean man, right? I'm very lean. Maybe I look like that guy, you know? I mean, most of the time, my six-pack is defined, right? Even after I eat, it's visible, right? So I must be at least around 15% body fat, right? I'm a lean man. Now, my wife's like once she said that I looked bigger or like I had a bigger stomach because like I gained like 1 pound or something when I visited her on a different trip, right? The thing is, and I noticed with other girls too, it's like they're hyper focused on the leanness aspect, right? There is a hyper fixation when it comes to females on this leanness aspect, right? But the facts are that I've noticed is when I got bigger muscles when I ate more food. Because I've been doing a lot of workouts for a while at a plateau of not really gaining any muscle. And when I ate more food is when I basically got 5 pounds of muscle, right? In like the period of like 6, 7 months, right? And Before then, I've been exercising for longer than that period, and I basically didn't get any more muscle. I stayed at this plateau. I think for someone who does 1,400 push-ups like every day, right? His physique is impressive, but it could be a lot more impressive if he had a bit more calories. That's what I think, because every push-up burns calories. Like if every push-up burns 1 calorie and you're doing 1,400 push-ups, that's 1,400 calories, right? When you're doing a couple push-ups or a couple gym workouts, even if you're doing a heavy bench press and things like that, you're not able to burn that many calories. But when you're doing extreme endurance with these muscular activities, you start getting to the point where the calories you're burning are surpassing things like biking, right? The calories you're burning are nearly on par with something pretty extreme too, like running. Running is like the king of calorie burning over a long period of time. But with this, it's also building muscle. If you're doing 1,400 push-ups, how long do you have to run to burn that many calories? I've gone a mile at the gym, and that was just like 120, 130 calories, right? So according to the gym calculator, I would have to run, 10 miles? And I've done that before. And that takes a while for me to do, right? If I have like 8 minute split for every mile, which is pretty damn fast, that's 1 hour, that's over an hour long. And it takes this guy less than an hour to do his push-ups. Well, yeah, he does his push-ups in less than an hour most of the time. Although when he's on the stream, he does a lot of talking, but like the actual time or the actual count of his push-ups is less than an hour, right? I remember one was like around 50 minutes, right? 57 minutes or something. He's burning over 1,400 calories in under an hour, which I would say is superior to running. Running calories burnt per hour, right? Running at a faster pace, this is like legitimate for most people, 500 to 600 calories per hour. Let's even if you say even more, if you say you burn 800 calories in an hour, right? You're still not hitting 1,400 calories, right? For somebody who's a pull-up, like pull-ups, definitely you burn at least 1 to 2 calories per pull-up. Like if you search calories burned per pull-up, if you do a pull-up, you know what I'm talking about, right? They say 1 calorie per pull-up, right? If you do a push-up with proper form, I would bet it would be similar because it's also a bodyweight exercise. But pull-ups are definitely a tough compound exercise, right? So someone like what's his name? Max Truty or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The pull-up world record holder. Or you can just go to David Goggins. So doing that many pull-ups, they don't even need to run. I think Goggins is smaller than he would otherwise be because he runs so much, right? He has the V shape to his body, but he does so much running that it prevents him from getting bigger. If he just cut out the running and he focused on just doing the push-ups and pull-ups, he would be a bigger guy. And if he ate more food, he wouldn't get fat. Maybe it's kind of like a concern because you have the past of him being fat. If he ate more food, let's say you're working out like Black Star from Soul Eater, right? You don't know this character, I do, right? This is like a meme, okay? Anime characters are a meme, but it's possible in some cases to basically attain what they actually do. So this character was a meme where if he got like a math problem wrong, he would do like 1,000 push-ups, okay? So if you are someone like this, a real example of this is somebody who got banned off of YouTube, Booja Boy, right? If I can find anything. Oh, I guess he does still has a channel. Whatever. So he did 300 one-arm push-ups every day for 1 week. If you're doing an insane number of push-ups, right, and pull-ups and squats, like an anime character like Goku, okay, you're gonna be able to eat like an anime character like Goku, and in fact, you're gonna have to eat like an anime character like Goku to look like Goku. Okay, you're gonna have to eat huge meals because if you do 1,000 push-ups, right? I don't trust what the internet says, right? But let's just try to get some kind of figure. It depends on your body weight, depends on all this kind of nonsense, right? Of course, a squat with a bar would be a lot more, but I don't give a fuck about their fucking formulas because they're not gonna be accurate, right? Let's just assume you're burning half a calorie per squat, okay? 1 calorie per pull-up, right? And half a calorie per push-up. But push-ups might be the same as pull-ups. Push-ups, calories burnt. And the tougher they are, the more calories it burns, but whatever. We're just gonna assume zero point 0.5 calories, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect math here. So many different factors involved, right? But let's say zero point 0.5 calories per the squats, per the push-ups, okay? If you're doing 2,000 squats and push-ups, 0.5 calories, that's 1,000 calories burnt. And you're doing, let's say, 1,000 pull-ups. That's 1,000 calories, that's 2,000 calories burnt. That therefore you'd be 2,000 calories over your maintenance threshold, which if you're a man is probably with a significant amount of muscle mass, it's probably around at least 2,500 calories, right? At least 2,500 calories. Right? Therefore, you can be eating 5,000 calories, you won't gain any weight. Or eating 5,000 calories. Anyway, my theory basically is that if these extreme endurance athletes ate more food, you know, more nutrition, they would be more muscular.